Hello, everyone. How's it going? How are you? It's been a while. This is William here at Allegory Gallery. Andrew is at home, uh, and there's a lot going on. So let me just check in and see who's here with us. I am a little bit earlier. I said we were going to go on at 5:15. So I know some people may still be waiting for that time. So we'll just chat a little bit here and not get into anything too important for the next 5 minutes or so. But there's a lot to go over today, a lot we want to chat with you about. So Suzanne is with us as hello, William, Andrew, Barnaby, and Gilbert. How's the rest of the AGB fam? We're good. You might have a few more names to add to that list soon. I don't know if I think we've talked about it a little bit, but we're looking at kittens, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Our friend V, who used to help us here at the shop, they have some kittens on their front porch. They had an outside cat, and that cat had kittens. And so we've kind of put in a request to possibly have those kittens, but we have to have them tested first and make sure they're FIV negative and all that. And, we don't mind so much. We wouldn't mind adopting one, but we can't risk the health of the cats that we have. I know it's mostly, blood that travels through, but in case anybody gets bit or anything, we don't know how it's going to go with everybody adjusting to new little ones. So we don't want anything bad to happen, any spats, and risk that. So especially with Barnaby already having some asthma and some other issues. So that's exciting for us. Possibly, we'll see how it goes. There's 2 boys and 1 little girl, so we'll see how that goes. We're thinking of names for them already, of course. So far we've come up with maybe Tallulah. Tallulah might be one of the girl's name. And if Andrew's watching, I forget what we thought about for the boy's name. We came up with 1, I think, so far. Hello, Susan. Hello, Harry. Thank you for both for joining in. How is the weather for everybody? Harry's asking Susan, but I hope you're all doing okay. We are having some cold. It's chilly today. It's 46 degrees right now, compared to we were having 80, like low to mid 80s. The last few days. So today feels really cold. I even have my sweater in case I have to put it on. I have my long sleeves on today. So I hope you're all doing okay. I hope the weather has not, I know some of you are probably getting a lot of rain. We were supposed to get rain over the last 3 days, and it really only started raining a lot, mostly last night. And it's been raining off and on today, but we've ducked out of a lot of the rain, amazingly. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining in today. Let's see here. Teresa is joining us. Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining in. Suzanne says kitties, heart, 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 right? I know. Hello, Marianne. Glad to see you here. Let's see. Harry said storms and hail the last 2 nights, but it's cleared off now. That's good. Marianne says 52 there, cloudy with possible rain or snow. Yeah, it's 46 here and cloudy. They're calling for mostly rain, but it is going to get, well, it's only supposed to go down to 38 as a low. So hopefully we're not going to get any snow. Andrew said he heard mentioning of snow at one point, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Norma says windy and chilly here, supposed to be in the 30s overnight. Yeah, we're going to get in the high 30s. I don't think we're supposed to get under freezing, but we'll see. I hope not, because we have so many things that are blooming and leafing right now. Our blueberry bush has started to leaf out. Our grapes have their little fuzzy leaves starting to poke out and unfurl. Most of our bushes, we have some volunteer trees that are leafing and flowering right now. Our flowers look amazing in our yard. I know Andrew will probably say that the flower beds need to be cleaned, and they should be, but the flowers do, I must say, they look pretty amazing, I think, for being mostly all on their own. After Andrew planted them, they've been mostly all on their own. So I'm very much enjoying the color of the season right now. Susan says, near Pittsburgh, it's gray and chilly and off and on rain, chances of snow overnight. Yeah, we're kind of in the same spot, but I don't think they're calling for snow here. Sometimes we stay a little warmer in this little vortex that we have in the mountains. The mountain ranges around us here in Westmoreland County, especially right here in Ligonier, often keep colder weather away. It's often warmer here earlier in the year, and stays warmer when some other places get colder. So we can literally, it's funny because even though we're still in Ligonier, our address is still Ligonier at the cottage, it is remarkably chillier most of the time there compared to what it is here. Especially like in the spring, like right now, it's probably at least a good 5 or more degrees colder, I would guess, up there right now, which is so weird. And it's only like 10 miles away at most. Suzanne says, stormy weekend, but nice now. That's good. That's good. Marion says, if it does freeze, snow would be best. Yes, I would prefer snow to ice. Especially for all the plants and all the everything. I don't want ice sticking to them, but you never know. You never know. So anyone else out there who hasn't said hi? If you don't know us, welcome. This is Allegory Gallery. We are a small boutique bead store in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. That's about 60 miles to the east of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, almost directly east. And we have an online store where you can purchase tons of great stuff at allegorygallery.com. More news on that website soon. Once we get into, I guess we're here now. We're at the 5:15 point. I can start talking about real stuff. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, June. Not that the weather and saying hi isn't real stuff, but so if you don't know us, we're a boutique bead store. We, instead of buying a ton of stuff and just selling a ton of stuff, we hand pick almost everything that we bring into the store. And we always make sure that it's either me or Andrew goes over everything. We inspect everything to make sure it's at the quality that we want, and the quality that we would use if we were going to use it in our own jewelry. We will never sell you anything that we wouldn't use, or the quality is not there that we would use in our own jewelry. So that's who we are, a little bit about who we are. And we like to chat. So we spend a good part of the beginning of every single live that we do pretty much chatting with people. And just hanging out with you all. It's been a few days. We missed Friday because we had an event in Pittsburgh at Contemporary Craft. And so we haven't seen you in more days than normal over this weekend. So there's a lot to catch up on, I think. A lot to catch up on. But welcome if you are here, and if you are new, please feel free to say hello in the comments. You can't see everybody's comments, but I can, and that's why I read through the comments as I talk with you all. And that just, I think, helps facilitate some communication. But we stream on YouTube, and we stream on about 5 different places on Facebook. So depending on which stream you're watching, you may only see the comments from the people watching the same stream as you. But we also go out to all those other ones. So I'll try and read them as we go. Bonnie's here, June is here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Susan said it's 65, windy and sunny here. Saturday night's storm front was nothing to mess with. The National Weather Service reported 7 tornadoes touched down here. No injuries or major damage reported. We did lose power for 5 hours. Yikes. So crazy in some parts of the country, in some parts of the world, but for some parts of the country here, right? So I'm glad everything was okay. Very glad everything is okay. Very scary though, right? Very scary. Harry says, I got enthused by Andrew's printmaking. I got all my supplies today and put a bit of paint on paper today, watching a ton of videos. Nice. Yeah, if you ever find something in our videos that you like, we try to put some links to things in the comments of those, or in the description of those videos. When Andrew was doing a bunch of his stuff, I was doing other things, so I think I missed some of those. So if you didn't catch those, but we do have, talking about the gel press and all of that, there was a video that Andrew did that we have all the links to a gel press and all the tools and the paints that he used in that particular video. And you can always click on those links. They are I just forgot the word. Affiliate links, that's the word. They're affiliate links, so we will get a little kickback on those. That helps us. But if you ever see anything that Andrew is doing or that we're doing and you want to grab stuff, you can do that. Even if you don't, we hope that you'll show us. So Harry, I can't wait to see what you're doing. I know it's going to be something fantastic once it comes out. Let's see. Oh, comments jumped. Susan says, yes, it was. I hate storms. Yeah, they, especially when they're like that, right? I love a good thunderstorm. We don't get crazy things generally. In the last 10 years or so, we've had a tornado or two touch down here. And when I was in Brooklyn, even when I was living there, they had a tornado touchdown. But it is rare here. So I can still like storms because generally we're pretty okay. But we've been getting some crazy wind here lately. Marianne says, I did a watercolor paint on the weekend. Still have to add the leaves to my trees. Nice. That's awesome. I'm glad everyone's getting creative. Diane says, hi, everyone. It's 92 here in Arizona. No storms. Hope Andrew is feeling better. Bonnie says, making jewelry today inside, sunny, but still cold out. Yeah, it's cold here. I'm a little chilly. Turned up the heat in the building here. Yeah, Andrew, for those of you, Diane mentioned, for those of you who did not see, Andrew got a little case of food poisoning over the weekend. I just noticed I spilled something on myself there. Probably some kind of paint or something. Yeah, so Andrew was up late at night, which he usually is, and he was hungry. So we had some leftover cheesy bread that I didn't finish for my meal, but there was some marinara sauce, which I don't know. I'm assuming he did not use the marinara sauce that was in there. Sometimes we keep marinara sauce that is, from before in the fridge, and he must have used one of those instead of one of the newer ones. And he said it tasted a little bit tangy, but he thought it was okay. And maybe it was one that got left out a little longer than it should have. When we're working late, we'll often, sometimes if we order food, we'll, open it in the kitchen, leave it on the stove or whatever, and we'll pick at it all night. Well, maybe this got left a little bit out longer than it should have before it got put into the refrigerator, because he ate it and got pretty violently ill after that. And he was in bed. When I woke up on Sunday, he had been sick Saturday night, and I heard a little bit, but I was mostly knocked out Saturday night. And so when I woke up Sunday, he's like, can you go get me some medicine? So I got him Pepto-Bismol and all that stuff. And he was in bed or in the bathroom for all of yesterday. I didn't see him at all until I went to bed. And even then, I think he got up for a few minutes and then went back to bed. So he was, it was rough. It was rough for him. So he's starting to feel better today. He actually said he's hungry today, so that's the first time he's been hungry. I fed him a banana last night before I went to bed, and got him some Pedialyte so that he could get some fluids back in him. But he said the banana tasted terrible, so he was not quite ready for it. But I wanted to get him something in his stomach, and today he's hungry. So I don't know if he's tuning in yet, but today he's hungry. And so we had leftover stir fry, so I hope he ate something. Let's see, Amanda's with us. Hello, Amanda. I got your email, Amanda. I just saw it today. I don't know when you sent it. I didn't check any email over the weekend. I stayed away from email over the weekend. So I did see it, and I will get the answers to your questions here in the next day or two. Harry says, I cast a large Victorian house today. It has a round tower. Nice. That's awesome. Bonnie says, oh no, sorry, Andrew, feel better. That's the worst, right? Susan says, so glad Andrew is feeling better. Marion says, tell the baby to stop grizzling. Squeaky chair, my squeaky chair. Yeah, this chair, I love this chair, but this chair is supposed to have a height adjustment, it no longer height adjusts. And it's often, if I sit in it just right, it's quiet. But if I sit in it wrong, which is most every other way, it gets noisy. Marion says, food poisoning, not good. No, it's not. Susan says, William, that's awful. Food poisoning is nothing to mess with. No. Andrew says, you like green bananas. Oh, that's why. I do. I like green, but like when the banana is still green, but starting to turn yellow, that's when I eat my bananas, when they're still sour. I forgot that. So that would make sense why you didn't like the banana. But I love the bananas when they're a little bit sour like that. Okay, so today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to play around a little bit today in this live. I'm going to show you some gemstones. These are all gemstones that if you watch our lives regularly, you have maybe seen. You could have seen, let's say that, you could have seen. If you watch them regularly, I'm sorry, you're going to see some things that you've already seen. But what we're going to do today is I'm not going to string anything up, but we're going to kind of lay out some things and kind of play around maybe a little bit. And I'm going to mix in some charms that we have. And I'm going to mix in some strands of gemstones that we have, and maybe some pendants and some beads from the floor. I brought some stuff back here to kind of pick at and play with. And we're just going to look at stuff and take a look at how maybe you could use things or what you might like. And you know, it's going to be different. It's not really a selling live. It's not really a tutorial live. It's just kind of let's hang out and play around together kind of live. So hopefully you like this. It's kind of a new thing. We've not really done this kind of thing much at all. But I have some other things to talk about too. Let's see. Andrew says, combine that with brush teeth and medicine and it equals yuck. Yuck face. Marianne says, yes, that is the way to eat bananas. I like it that way. So many people are like, oh, you need to eat them when they're starting to turn brown or when they're totally yellow. No, I don't like them when they get sweet. They're good for banana bread and things like that. That's when you use them, or like maybe putting them in pancakes or putting them in, I don't know, oats, you know, kind of like an oatmeal. Then they're good when they're soft and they're totally yellow or going brown. But when I'm just eating a banana, I like them to be a little bit hard, you know, just a little, and a little bit sour. Susan, speaking of chairs, my old papasan finally collapsed. I'm waiting for my new chair to arrive. I'm sorry it collapsed. I know what it's like to get used to and love a chair, right? But hopefully you'll really like the new one too. Susan says, not a banana fan. They give me acid reflux. Oh, that's sad because I love bananas. I eat bananas quite a lot. Quite a lot. It's kind of like a snack for me at night. Let's see here. Somebody said, hi, Sandra, and I don't see Sandra. Susan said, hi, Sandra. Don't see her here yet. She hasn't said anything maybe, or else I'm not seeing comments from somewhere. That's possible too. I know sometimes it says this person is watching with you, so maybe that's how you saw it. Andrew says, I think we get in our heads about not wanting to show the same things a lot. That's true. And we know not everyone watches every live. And in reality, I know that. And in reality, I know that when we're showing you 30 of something, some of it's just going to be like, and maybe when you see it, you're not in the need for that or in the mood for that. But I always hate to show things again because I'm like, oh, we just showed gemstones. Oh, I just showed charms a little bit ago. But in reality, I don't think y'all, I know I don't even take in all the things that we show. There are gemstones that I've just shown or charms that I've shown in a show before that I forget we have. So if I can forget we have them, I'm sure probably for you all, it's not too much of a repeat most of the time. Marianne says, though to be fair, bananas that ripen on the tree taste good even black. I don't have that ability to know that. I don't know that. And I guess, are bananas not really trees? Did I see something, a post on Facebook or something that says bananas are not really trees? They have no actual wood, I think, so they're not considered a tree. There's some kind of a bush, or I forget what they said they actually are. Sandra is here. Hello, Sandra. She just said, I'm here. Hello. Susan says, at least I wasn't sitting on the Papa Sun when it broke. That's a one of those situations, right? You don't like those. Susan says, charms are great. Yeah, I think so. And most of these are going to be from our friends at Nina Designs. They're sterling, they're gold-plated sterling, or they're bronze, or a mix thereof. For most of these. So sometimes the prices are a little bit high because, you know, sterling things can be higher, but I have something for you that we're going to get into just a little bit here. Andrew says, I think this is a fun way to show things in a different way and to hopefully inspire people. Hopefully inspire people. Hopefully, right? I want to get more people in here. Hello, Linda. Thanks for joining us. Andrew says, my parents grow bananas. Then maybe we're gonna have to try them at some point when they're ripened on the tree. Marianne says bananas are probably more like a grass than a real tree. Linda says bananas grow on a palm. Is it technically a palm? Is that really what it is? Because palm are trees, right? They actually have a wood of some sort. Bananas, though, they say don't have wood, so they're not a tree. I don't know if that's true. I just saw something about that on Facebook the other day. I think it was Facebook, maybe YouTube. I don't know. I watch a lot of stuff. So here's some big news. We're working on our website again. You're like, what? You just did this before the pandemic. During the pandemic, the start of the pandemic. Yes, we switched our website. We are not switching our website, but I am renovating. Let's call it that. I am renovating the website. We are doing a website makeover. So we use Shopify, and Shopify helps you out by allowing you to use various templates, which have various, let's call it, they're kind of like plugins, I guess. Oh, hey, Mary, from our friend from Greensburg. Hello, thanks for joining us today. So these templates all have a variety of different plugins and ways that you can show things on your website. And so what I realized is when we had chosen about 3 years ago now, almost probably, yeah, just over 3 years ago now, when we started this new Shopify website, I selected a template, and it was the best template at the time, I think, for what we needed. And what I've realized is they don't seem to be updating this template, at least very often, with any new features, while some of their other templates are getting new features. So we have chosen a different template. I am working on rebuilding a lot of the stuff behind it, and I'm hoping to launch the new website tomorrow morning. Maybe. I've been working on it quite a bit. I think it's a cleaner website. I think it's going to be easier for people to use. I hope. Andrew's saying they are tree-like, but their stems are herbaceous. Don't get any sap on you. It looks like blood. Who knew that? I didn't know that. Banana tree looks like blood. Bananas look like traveler palms, which aren't woody at all. Okay. Andrew says, I think the new design of the website looks good. I think what I'm going to do, let me, I'm going to show y'all. How about that? Since y'all pretty much know our website pretty well right now, I'm going to do this. Let me scroll down, and I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you my computer. And we're going to take a look at what our website looks like. Where are we at here? And don't mind my mess. I want to show you. I've been working on a lot of stuff today. Um, so my place here is a little bit of a mess, but I'm sorry I can't zoom in. But so this is what the website is starting to look like. So you have the same menu across the top here that you always had. And there is now, this is on the desktop, there is now a search here always. And I believe that search here always also stays on the phone app. I can't look at it on my phone right now because I'm streaming to you all, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So here we get an opportunity here to kind of show our latest products, and so that you can. Andrew says it does look different on the phone. Yes, it does look different on the phone. But for those of you who use the desktop, some things in the desktop version of the other program did not look as nice. So we get a chance here to show you like our latest things, nice and big. We didn't have this option before. So you can click on that and see all the news things. Then what I have now, right now on our website, if you look at our website, and you'll see that we have all the collections listed so that it's easy for you to find things. But now here we can do a view all, and instead of taking up all that room, we can say, okay, here are your collections that you might want to look at. And I've picked 5 for the homepage: our AG fine pewter, our wooden pendants, the kits, the enamel, and our gemstones. Some of our biggest sellers, some of the things that we are most proud of. And when you click view all, it then takes you and you can look at all the collections on one page, well, not on one page, on 2 pages, which makes it a little bit easier for everybody to see and find stuff, I think. And so let's go back. So continuing on, just like we have now, we have collections that I can post a number of items from that collection. But the nice thing about this is that now if you're on a desktop and you hover over these, we always put the coin photo. We always put our coin photo. Let me zoom in. There we go. So we always put the coin photo as the second photo. And now when you hover, it shows you that coin photo, which is kind of nice for those of you who just like to take a quick look through things. It's going to be a little different on the phone because you can't technically hover on the phone, but it allows you to do that. And we're going to have our regular collections as normal. And then again, I can put these nice banners like, have you seen our Saturday morning tutorials? Have you all seen our Saturday morning tutorials? This Saturday morning was the Blessed Bee earrings that Jen did. And here we have a quick link. We can go to our YouTube channel, and there's the entire playlist so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Saturday morning tutorials. We've been doing this for like 2 months already, y'all. Isn't that awesome? So we can do that on our website now. And the nice thing that I really like is on the desktop, if y'all look at our website now, when you click on a product, you get this tiny, tiny little picture, and now you can see a bigger picture, which you can also really zoom in on if you really want to. So I think that's going to be much easier for you to see our products. This product only has one variant or one picture, but let's pick a thing here that's going to have multiple pictures. You get the nice multiple pictures up there like that, which is really, really nice. And then I think it's also much easier, for example, let's go down here to the wooden pendants. In the old website, or the one that you can currently see, there was a drop-down list to choose your material, which so many people always missed the drop-down list. So right now, they are right up front for you all. You can go ahead and click on them. You'll see the variations of things much easier now, and it'll be much more kind of in your face that you can choose these different woods, or you can choose these different options. So for example, it should come up. I haven't tested this, but we're going to do it live. Here we go. For the AG fine pewter, not that one, because that's not one. But for the AG Fine Pewter, now you can see antique copper, antique gold, antique silver. You can choose the one you want without trying to fumble. And even if it was hard to see. It had a little caret, like there was a little caret right here that you could drop down. And you can look at that on our website now if you have it open. So now it's very plain to see this is how you choose and this is what you choose. I've also been able to add subscribe to our newsletter on every product listing. Every product listing, everybody. So there should be no reason for y'all not to subscribe to our newsletter because everything you look at is going to get one. I happen to think that you may also like, this is an automatically populated category. We have no control over this, but for whatever reason, it seems like it works a little better to me. It feels like it's recommending products that are a little more in line with what you're looking at. So let's go back here. Oops. Let's go back here. And was there something? There's something else. Something else. I think the menu is easier to use. It's easier to read. On the phone, it's much easier to search because on the phone, on the old site, the search bar, you could barely see the text that you were typing into search. And it was really hard to read. Now it's black and white, easy. Let's see. Susan says, yay, I wound up getting surprises because I didn't realize I didn't click hard enough on an option. Good. Don't want anybody to get bad. They're probably not bad surprises, but don't want anyone to get surprised. So this is going to allow us to do a lot more. You can now, if you use the Shop app, there is a link at the bottom of the site to follow us on the Shop app. So you can sign up for that. That's putting your email in there. It's different from the newsletter. So you can still subscribe to our emails here at the bottom in the footer, but you can now follow us also on the Shop app so that it should give you updates and things when we update the site. We also have all of our social media links here, which is fairly normal. And for some of you, the best news is you can now go down here and you can convert our site to any currency in the world. The site will come up generally in US dollars. And I had tried long ago, because I know we have a number of you Canadians out there, I had tried to get it to automatically come up in Canadian dollars if you're looking at the site from Canada, and maybe that works still. But at some point, I feel like that broke and it stopped working. So now, for any of you out there who are not in the US, you can automatically switch this to whatever you want. And let me show you what it does. Let's just find Canada. There's Canada. And it's going to automatically change everything you look at to Canadian dollars. All right. So this is the new website. I've been taking some new pictures of things, but I am not going to wait until I get new pictures of everything for sure to debut the website. Marion says the site did come up for me in Canadian. Oh, good. So my work still worked. I couldn't test it for any reason down here. And I don't know why I couldn't test it anymore. I would type in, it used to be allegory.ca for Canada, I think. And it stopped working for me. So I'm glad it works up there in Canada for you all. But now you can do it. If it doesn't work for you, you can automatically change this over. So if the new site, I don't know if the new site is going to automatically populate in Canadian dollars for you, but if it doesn't, Marianne and all of you up there, if it doesn't automatically, then you can change that down there. So at least you know that. Let me think, what else is happening? Amanda too out there, I know, is in Canada. So, and you can do Australia, you can change it to whatever country you want. Sandra says, I love that you can change the dollar version, right? Isn't that awesome? Sandra, you asked what this is. This is the Dawn template, D-A-W-N, Dawn template that I'm using now. I forget which one. I think we were using, I don't know if it was, no. I'm working on a number of websites for other businesses, especially the one that I work at. And I forget, I don't think it was supply. I can't remember what our regular template used to be, but I don't think it's available anymore. And so I chose this one because I think it's very clean. I think it looks nice. And I love radiused corners. I don't know if y'all like that or not, but it's a little less harsh, I think. And this template allowed me to change the radiuses of the products and all that stuff, which I like to do. If you've seen our email newsletters come out with mostly those items, kind of, soften the corners. So that's a quick look of the new website. I'm hoping to have all this finished. I'm doing a little bit of testing yet. Here, just to show you some of the other pages too. The other pages now are very clean as well. I think they look really good. The text is easy to read. It's much easier also to see when there is a link. Links were just gray on our other page, whereas now they are fully underlined. So you can easily see, let me zoom in here, you can easily see what is a link and what is not a link because they are now underlined instead of just a different color of text, which is what they were before. Sandra says, I use Prestige and it needs work. Everyone doesn't like that my header expands with the larger screen. Big complaint. Yeah, so Dawn, I was just going to ask you, Sandra, if we were using the same one, but yeah, Dawn is really nice. And I think it's good. I like it a lot. Let me go back to the home page. The nice thing is if you are, oh, I'm in full screen. Let me come out of full screen here real quick. And if you are on smaller devices, it'll look kind of like this. So you do have to scroll a little bit more through the categories at the top, but I think things are still relatively easy to see, and these change. So remember this, whenever it was in, oh, it's going to do this. Whenever it was in large screen mode, it turns like this and overlaps the picture, which is kind of nice. It's kind of a nice look. But when you get to be a smaller screen, it jumps back out and jumps below. So it's easier to read on the phones. And I think that's mainly it. You still have all the options that you used to have. The cart works a little bit differently maybe, but I still added the place where you can put in a note for your order. You can still check out using Shop Pay, which is powered by Affirm. So you'll be able to do that. And you have all different ways of paying, of course, with us. Apple Pay, PayPal, GPay, Google Pay, Meta Pay by Facebook. I don't know if all those will be active. I don't think I've activated Meta Pay. I could be wrong, but I may activate them all for y'all, however you want to pay. And of course, you can go into your account details. And these are my playing with my accounts. But you can, if you do create an account on our website, which you have to actually create that. You have to go in to this little button here, or when you check out, you can check out and create an account, I believe. But if you create an account, it will keep track of your various things that you've purchased through us. Like I said, these are all just playing around, but you can keep track of that. And I don't know if you know that or not, but you can do that right now. On our regular website, but it's just, I think it's a little harder to find. It's a little bit harder to deal with. So we're doing it like this. And now when you add something to the cart also, let me show you how that works. Let's say we want to go in here, we want to add this to the cart. It just pops up right here real quick and you can close it out. But it doesn't take up any more room than that, which is kind of nice. And you have the options to view your cart from there, check out, continue shopping, or you can just click close. So another thing that I really like, I keep saying this, but you can also much easily see the description. On the other site, for some reason, if you were looking at the desktop, let me see if I can jump out of this. Let me close this preview now that I've shown you mostly everything. This is going to take me back to the old site here. And when you would click on, let me find the gemstones again. You see, sometimes you didn't realize that you could scroll further and actually see the things down here. And for some reason, sometimes there's a bigger gap in here. And so you can scroll even a little bit and not really see that there was a description, and the description was kind of hidden down here. So now on the new site, I think it's a lot easier to see everything. So that's a tour, a quick tour, maybe not so quick tour of what our new website is going to look like. And hopefully you'll find it much easier to use. Let me flip this camera back around so you can see my face and not my dirty table. So hopefully you'll find that easier to use, and hopefully it'll be smooth sailing with this transition over. It shouldn't be too much different. The nice thing about Shopify is you can change themes pretty easily, but yeah, you can change them pretty easily. But it does take a little bit of finessing. Everything that you've custom done has to be custom done again. And so that's what I'm working on right now. So that's the new website. And we're going to be going live with that, like I said, hopefully tomorrow morning. It's going to debut. And for you all, because you're watching and you're awesome, here we go. Thank you for watching. We're working on an updated website. As a bonus for watching our live today, you can use the discount code NEWSITE early to save 20% on everything in our online store right now. So if there's been something you've had your eye on that you want to see or you want to grab, but you've been like, oh, I might wait for a sale, get it now. Get it now. 20% off. We don't run sales often. Most of the time when we were running sales the last few years is because of a certain event that was happening. And that event is not happening for us right now. So we're not going to be having as many sales as we used to. So this new website thing is kind of an excuse or a reason to go ahead and have a sale. So we're going to have a sale. So you can save 20% on anything in our online store right now. That's anything there. You want an enameled pendant, you can save 20% off. We usually exclude a lot of that stuff. You want gemstones, they're on sale. You want any of the things that I'm going to show you today, if they're in the online store, they're on sale. So that is some of the big news. Andrew said, did you tell them the big news? I don't know what you're talking about. There's so much big news. Tell them, Andrew. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. There's always so much big news. No, there's a lot of big news right now. But go ahead and you tell them, Andrew, in the comments, and I'll read it, because I don't know. There's a lot going on, and some of it I can say, some of it I don't know if I can say yet, some of it I don't know. So what am I allowed to say? The next thing I wanted to talk about, I have a list, y'all. The next thing I wanted to talk about, there goes a sale. Thank you. Somebody grabbed something. I appreciate that. So I worked today on bringing, and I'm going to continue working this week. Sandra says, I paid moolah for my site and it doesn't do what I want it to do. I'm sorry about that. You should have told us. We could have helped you. I could have ran you through it. I do charge a consultation fee for that, but I have helped people with Shopify pretty often. And I could definitely maybe help you. I don't know. Suzanne says ordered. Thanks. Thank you. So most of our gemstones that we have shown you, and the ones that I'm going to show you today, have only gone into the online store. And that's because until about mid-April, our store is dead in here, in their physical store. So we've focused all of our energy over the winter to putting things into the online store. And so some of our class people are like, yo, where's our stuff? Why can't we see it? Which I get. And so this weekend was a fairly busy weekend people-wise. Business-wise, it was a little bit slow, but people-wise, there were a lot of people in and out. Finally, we're starting to see people coming in again. And so I decided this is a good week then to start moving some of this inventory from the online store into the physical store. Now, I'm not taking it away from the online store, but I'm taking quantities away from the online store. So If there was 3 of something in the online store, 1 or 2 of those things is now going to move into the physical store. So I only say this to let those of you who actually come into our classes and who are local know that this Friday for classes, you should see a lot of nice new gemstones available to you easily without having to buy them online and pick them up. You'll see them in the store this Friday for classes. I also say that to let you all know that if you want to grab anything in quantity, especially mostly gemstones, from the online store, if you want 2 of something or 3 of something, now's the time to do it, especially while the sale's going on, but also before I move them out of the online store inventory. So that's that. What else is on my list? Did you all watch the Saturday morning tutorial? Did you like that? Did you like the blooper reel at the end? I thought that was kind of cute. Jen and I always have a lot of fun, especially recording the intros and the outros. It usually takes 5 or 6 different times for us to get each one just right. And I don't know why, because it's very close to the same thing every time. But so if you didn't watch the blooper reel at the end, there's a little kind of hidden blooper reel at the end that if you didn't watch the Blessed Bee earrings all the way through, then you missed a little bit of fun there at the end. So I hope you'll go back and check it out. Marion says, loved the bloopers. I think they're a lot of fun. I'll probably be doing that a little more often because Jen and I kept talking about, we're like, we should do a blooper. We should do blooper reels at the end. And I finally did it this week. I had some time and I thought that was a lot of fun. So if you missed that, I hope you'll watch it. Especially if you missed it in general. But we're going to have one this Saturday coming up as long as we get it filmed tomorrow. We missed last week filming because Jen was incredibly busy. And so we didn't film for this week. Normally we're a week ahead. So I have nothing to work on yet. So as long as tomorrow goes okay and we can get everything filmed, we will have one on Saturday morning for you again. I don't know what it's going to be. Jenna always surprises me, which I kind of like. This is one of the first one. This is actually the first Saturday morning tutorial that we made a kit for. We actually did the kit. We didn't just sell you the components that you could select if you wanted to, but there is a kit available in the online store for that specific Blessed Bee earrings. So if you want that kit, there's a few of them left, I think. The link is in the description of the YouTube video. Or you can search our online store for Blessed Bee and it should come up for you. So that's that. And the other thing that a lot of you, oh, Teresa said love the bloopers too. Suzanne says adieu, adieu, right? That's funny. That was really funny. The other thing, if you are all subscribed to us on YouTube and you have that little bell, you hit that little bell for notifications, you're going to get a few extra notifications here over the next few days / weeks. I am moving. YouTube recently allowed, they're starting a whole podcast section of the YouTube website or YouTube, whatever. So YouTube is now officially getting into podcasts. A lot of people have been doing them there, doing visual podcasts for a long time or video podcasts for a long time. And now YouTube is actually saying, yes, we're going to make a category for this. And so because we have a podcast or had a podcast, it was a casualty of the pandemic, really. But we want to bring that back. And I've been talking about that this year quite a bit. And so since YouTube has done this and we're making a big move on YouTube, I am downloading all of our podcasts from where we have them stored. And I have to, because it has to be a video, all of our podcasts were audio only, which a lot of podcasts, that's all they mostly used to be. But of course, YouTube being a video site wants them to be videos. So I am downloading all of the podcasts. I am running them through my video editing software, adding the audio track, and then just adding a title track that takes the whole length of the video. And then, kind of analyzing the sound and going through the process of sound correction and all that, what I may not have had the capability for before when I did these podcasts because I was using different software. So I'm running it through and then I'm re-exporting it and re-uploading it to YouTube. And so every time one of those goes live, I'm sorry, but some of you may be getting a notification. There are like 13 of them. I think I'm up to 5, maybe 6. The last one that I did was Jen Tushon, our teacher and tutorial person. So if you haven't listened to any of our podcasts yet, I hope you will. It's called Allegory Gallery Interviews, and we interview makers, we interview small business people, and we talk to them about what they do and kind of words of advice from them and things that they're working on. Now, some of these episodes are from 2018, so they're a little bit outdated as far as because we used to ask a lot like, what shows are you going to this year, and what are you working on right now? A lot of that may be outdated because the idea of the podcast originally was that we would pair the debut of the podcast episode with items from that person in the online store or in the physical store. And so it was very kind of apropos and important that we talk about what they're working on now, because we would then be selling that in a lot of cases. So since we're not doing that as much anymore, we're going to turn this into just kind of a podcast. Some of that may be out of date for y'all, but I think there's still a lot of valuable information. There's still a lot of good stories there, and there are going to be more coming. Marianne says 5 notifications. So 5 podcast episodes. Jen was the last one so far. I'll be working on more this week. Probably won't be doing any more until Wednesday now. And so I'm sorry if you're going to get extra notifications, but if you haven't watched them or listened to them before, now might be a good time. And the notifications may not be that annoying if you've not ever seen them before. Teresa says, I watched the podcast that I missed on your website. I love them. It was great to learn about different people and what they do. I think so too. We love it. I really like the podcast, but it was a casualty of the pandemic. We liked to do our podcast mostly in person. And now that everybody is pretty much used to video conferencing or video calls, it'll be a lot easier for us to do that. So it was a casualty of the pandemic, but I think the pandemic would also got people, who didn't know anything about technology, got them to the point where they probably will be okay doing it virtually now. Norma says, I haven't had a chance to watch The Blessed Bee yet. Hopefully tomorrow. Nice. I think with that earring, like we're selling the kit, so you can buy the kit if you want the kit. But I think, as someone else said, it gave them a lot of ideas of how they can use some of their other stones in this kind of way. So hopefully that's good. Hopefully that's good. Andrew says, I don't think it's a bad thing to get notifications. No, I don't think it's a bad thing. It is free content, as he said. But I don't want to inundate everyone with tons of notifications either, because I know that can be annoying sometimes. But hopefully not from us. Hopefully not from us. Okay. So Andrew didn't say his big news. I don't know what the big news is. I'm trying to rack my brain as I talk, but it's not going so well. So that is that for now. That is that. And that's my list. That's what I had to talk to you about all today. And now we're gonna take a look at some stuff. Sandra says, I am redoing my site. I met with a collection expert, so I'm changing it with her suggestions. We'll see how it goes. I tried Dawn before. Don't remember why I didn't go with it. Maybe we can chat. Yeah, just let me know. Let me know. Trace says, I don't mind receiving the notifications. Thank you. It has to do with our old helper, V. Oh, the kittens. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning. We might be getting kittens. So if that was it, unless you know something else about V that I don't remember or know yet. But yes, we may be getting more kittens. Tallulah is the girl's name, maybe. We might name her Tallulah. And I was saying that if Andrew's watching, I forgot the boy's name that we thought about that we might use. But now that you're here, maybe you can tell them. We just have to get them all checked out. We can't bring any FIV infections or anything into the household, but if they check out okay, we may have kittens come toward the end of this month or the next month. Andrew says they have kittens, and maybe the name of one is Tallulah. Yeah, Tallulah. We picked out Tallulah, and then we had a boy's name, I think, semi-figured out, maybe, but I can't remember what it was. Okay, y'all. It's been an hour. I feel like I've done the show. I feel like I've done the show already, but we have stuff to look at. Amanda says, how many kittens? 2? 3. There are 3 kittens available. We may be taking 2. We may be taking 3. We may be taking none, depending on how things come out. V, they do have somebody to take the 3rd if we do not. But I don't know. If we see them, we're probably going to fall in love with them. You know, see them in person. But you never know. You never know. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to flip this around. Carla says the interviews came up when I was looking for you this evening. Nice. That means that we're populating through YouTube, which is really good. The nice thing about that also is, like, we have interviewed Gina Chalfant. I've uploaded Gina Chalfant's episode, Diane Hockey's episode, Jen Touchon's episode, Jen Palmer's episode, and who is the... Liz used to be Chum Tong from Saki Silver. We talked to Liz from Saki Silver. I forget her new married name. But anytime you search for those names, the podcast has also been coming up for me. So I just typed in Diane Hockey just to see, and I typed in Gina Chalfant just to see when I had those 2 done. And they were one of the few, our podcast was one of the few times that their names were actually showing up. So it popped right up at the beginning. So that's good. I like that. I like when that happens. Let's see here. Diane says, how often do you do newsletters? Like our email newsletters? There's no... I wish I could say there were a rhyme or reason to when and how many I do. There have probably been weeks that I've done 1 every week or every day of that week, but that's rare. Usually there's a newsletter that goes out, probably at most. I usually set one up to debut on Tuesday. Oh, her new last name is Oaks. I usually set one up to debut on Tuesday when I'm at my other job. So usually there's a newsletter that goes out on Tuesday. And sometimes I do one other one in the week. So generally there's at least 1 a week, but sometimes 2 to 3 a week. When there's a newsletter, there is often a text message that goes out. So if you're not on our text message list, you can sign up for that as well. That you can sign up through either, it should pop up on our homepage when you're there, or in our links page. There's a page on our website across in the menu that says links, and there's a way to sign up for our text message list if you prefer to get text messages instead of emails from us, or if you want both, you can sign up for both. We have a lot of people who sign up for both. So I do try to vary them a little bit sometimes, but if we have a new product or we just debuted, like, I'm not debuting anything really new today, but if we were doing something new on the live, I might send out a text message about it. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that makes sense. Carla says, I tried Shopify a long time ago and had a terrible time. I have loved Shopify, honestly. We have had it all. We have had Etsy. I'm going to say no. We've had Big Cartel. Big Cartel is a great place if you are a small business. They're very robust. At least when we use them, very robust, very tuned into people's requests and the things that you ask for. We would ask for something, and in a few months, they'd pop out a new update and it would be there. So Big Cartel, very good. I have nothing but good things to say about them, except the only problem is they have a limited number of products that you can offer. At least they used to. I haven't checked recently. It used to be like 500 or 1,000 products. Once you went above that, you outgrew them. And we at one point outgrew them. So we had to move on. We built our own website using another program that I had that had one plugin that needed a lot of work. So I did a lot of coding and a lot of work to make that work. And we used that for up until the pandemic. And it was good, but there were some, minor annoyances that I wasn't well versed in coding enough to be able to fix. So we moved to Shopify, and I have loved Shopify. For me, it's very easy to use. It works with however my brain works. When I need to configure things, I can go in there and do it. If I need to edit the code, they give you access to all the code. And if you have questions, if you type in Google and you type in Shopify and your question, a lot of times in the community forums, there will be an answer. And whether that's like add this code to the end of this file, you copy and paste it, and a lot of times you'll find the answer. So it is robust enough. Enough people are using it now that it is customizable, and it is very easy to find answers for things, I think. Let's see here. Carla says, Tallulah was the sweetest cat my daughter ever had. She was a sexy blonde Persian. Ooh, nice, nice. Diane says, thanks. You're welcome. Andrew says, Shopify is great. Yeah, we love it. We love it. We love Shopify. The nice thing about Shopify too is that Shopify is one of those platforms that can offer you small business loans. You don't have to take them, but if you do enough business with Shopify, they have a loan that you can get from them, and you can pay it back through every sale that you make. So that's another thing which is also beneficial if you use that. Teresa says, I like Shopify, use it for my sister's website. Yeah, it's really, I think it's really powerful. And there are so many apps that you can use to plug in. Like our email program, we don't use the email built into Shopify. We use another one. I don't remember why I chose another one, but I did. And it worked really well. I like it a lot. Our text messaging is another app that's a plugin. Now, some of these plugins you pay for, some of them you don't, but they are useful. And if you can't do something like we talked a little bit about using a subscription-based plan for some things at some point in the future, there is a subscription. There are tons of subscription plugins. You just got to find the one that works for you and the one that works the way you want it to work the most. Amanda says the Shopify app is really nice too. The Shop app, yeah, their Shop app is nice. And allows you to track your orders and stuff. So if you don't have the Shop app, you can download that to your phone. It's on Android and iOS. And it allows you, if you buy from anyone who uses Shopify, and some people you don't even know are using, like we have no Shopify branding, I don't think, on any of our site. So unless I tell you, you don't know we're using Shopify necessarily. But if you use the Shop app, anybody you buy from on Shopify, it'll come through there if you're signed in to those sites and signed into the app. And it'll track your shipping and all that. So it's really nice. Andrew says one thing is that it can get expensive. The plugins can get very expensive. Yes, they can. And my phone is running out of battery power. Where's my cord? Looks like they took. I'll be right back, everybody, before my phone dies. Okay. There, power. Marianne says, your policy of combining orders confuses the Shop app sometimes. I bet it does. I bet it does. I try very hard to, when Barb is combining orders, sometimes she forgets to put the tracking in for a particular order. And I think if she doesn't, because when we do the tracking, you can copy and paste the tracking into other orders that we combine together. And we try to do that. And she's been much better about it lately, because I noticed she wasn't doing it. And I said, Barb, please, please, please. So hopefully that doesn't confuse it as much now. Hopefully most of that's getting worked out. But if she does forget to put in the tracking number, I think that's when the shop app is like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening to your order. So, but I've been trying to make sure that that happens more. It's a lot. It's a lot to combine orders, everybody. It's a lot of, like, people think it's easy. Barb has boxes to separate orders and combine them and move them around. And then that's just the physical part of it, let alone the digital part, where we have to make sure, we try to make sure that everybody's tracking gets in right. And if you're invoiced for something, that invoiced order has to be tagged in a particular way in Shopify, because they're two different systems, to let us know that this was included with this package. It's messy. It's messy. That's why we're still going to combine, but we're going to be less, I don't know what the word is. We're going to be a little bit looser about this. So we're going to try not to combine. We're not trying not to combine as much, but we're not holding things for as long to combine. So you should see your order shipping out quicker here over the next, the next few times you order, I hope. If things are in stock, if they're not pre-orders, of course. But you should hopefully see things going out a little bit faster, because it was getting a little bit confusing and it was making everyone a little bit crazy, including you all, I'm sure, waiting for your orders. So we're doing that less. We will do it if you ask, of course, if we can, but we're not going to be holding things for as long as we were. Carla says, now that I care nothing about selling my jewelry, people want to buy, right? Isn't that how it goes? When you say, I'm not selling anything anymore, and then they're like, oh, come on, don't you? I want that. I'll buy that from you. Says, you and Cynthia have spoken positively about Shopify in the past 24 hours. I might have to give them a look. Yeah, I taught them how to do Shopify. When we were in Florida for New Year's, not this past New Year's, I think the one before, I sat down with Azalea and showed her how to do everything, so that she was well versed in Shopify, and they were able to work with it very easily then. Marion says, Barb had a lot to deal with. Yes, Barb did. On some of your orders alone, and thank you for that. We appreciate that, but Barb was probably like, ah. And especially when we are shipping to Canada or other countries, she feels very obliged to combine as much as possible, because she's like, I don't want them spending all this shipping money to get like 2 things. She's like, if they're going to order again, I'd rather them get everything and we can refund what we don't spend in the shipping. So she's very considerate like that, but I also know that it drives some people crazy. So I told her, I said, we're gonna calm down on holding everything all the time, and we're gonna try and ship out faster. So she's working on that too with me. All right, I don't even know how this is gonna work today, but we're gonna play around a little bit. We're gonna pull out some gemstone strands, and what I wanted to do, and I forgot, I'm gonna grab some pieces of paper, because as we're doing this, as we're combining these things together and kind of playing around with them a little bit, I want to write down the SKUs or write down the ways that you can search for these things in the online store in case you want to buy exactly what we're working on. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but let's give it a shot. Let me go get some paper. Andrew's like, it's kind of like a design challenge. What will go with what, right? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what goes with what. Maybe, or maybe it doesn't go at all. But we're gonna include your help here. So I'm gonna show you some things, and we're gonna kind of play it by the comments. You're gonna tell me if you like that, if you don't like that. We're just gonna have some fun together, creating together, and a chance to kind of, flex our creative muscles and just see what happens. Just see what happens. How about that? So it's going to be kind of a play date. and maybe it doesn't really work out. Maybe it does. Maybe we do more of these in the future. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be yet. So let's take a look. But it will need your input, everybody. So if you are watching this video, please feel free to comment on what you like, what you don't like. Like I said, I'm not going to be stringing these up. They're not going to be any finished products here. But we're going to take a look at some things, and we're going to see, what do you like, what don't you like about this. As Andrew says, you're not obligated to buy anything if you share your input. Yes, this is not, you're not saying I'm buying this. This is not a selling video per se, but if you see something you like, you can get 20% off right now in the online store. So that might be a nice thing. It'll be nice for us. We could use the business right now. It's been slow. But it'll be kind of like a play date. We're just going to hang out and make stuff together. Now, I will need your help, because otherwise it's no fun if I'm just designing by myself. I can shut the camera off and do that. So let's get ready. Let's play around with some things. I have some things that I pulled from the store and from the online store. We're going to combine some stuff together and just kind of hang out. We'll see. Suzanne says, so glad I didn't order this weekend. Yeah, save that ordering for now. You all get this. You're the only ones that know. I have not broadcasted this. I am not telling anybody else about this discount code that's happening for 20% off until I debut the new online store. So if that happens tomorrow morning, I'll tell people tomorrow morning. If there's a delay in that, there will be a delay in telling everybody. So you all, thank you for watching. You're getting first dibs at this discount code. And some people are like, oh, so what? Everyone's going to get the code at some point. Yes, everyone will. But you may buy the stuff out before they get a chance to save 20% on it. That's the nice thing about getting advance notice. It's not so much that that everybody sooner or later is going to get the code, but it's that you get first dibs. And if things sell out through that 20% code, you get the first chance at them. Because remember, we buy in limited quantities for everything, right? Okay, let me flip this around now that I'm just about hoarse from talking already. Let's see here. Settings, camera, back camera. No, not the back camera. Ultra wide back camera, maybe. That's going to give us more working space, I think. Whoops, and I can tell it is still mirrored. Do not mirror that. Do not mirror that. I'm like, why does it, let's put, I don't know. I'm going to need something to, I just want this kind of there. Let's see here. Lorraine says, hope you're feeling better, Andrew. He is starting to feel better, thankfully. He's actually getting a little bit hungry. Andrew says, much better than the other night. Vanessa says, no one tell anyone about the sale until all of us finish shopping, right? That's right. Marianne says, absolutely, Vanessa. Andrew says, we purchase in small quantities, so it's definitely awesome to get first dibs. That's for sure. Vanessa says, I'm being selfish. Sorry. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Andrew says, it's only mirrored on your end. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. I was pulling some of this today. I was looking at these. So let me pull this out. This is Moss Aquamarine. It's quite blue for a Moss Aqua, but it's a beautiful Moss Aquamarine. These are faceted rondelles. So I was looking at these today, and let's do this as we go along. If you like anything in these videos, or in this video, I'm going to try and write this down here. If you type in S1186 in the online store, you will find these Moss Aquamarine. Let me just jump in here. S11. I'm going to test all these too so that I am sure. They are $63. $63 a strand. They do come already strung on sterling with a sterling silver lobster claw and chain. So if you decide to restring them, which that's probably what I would do with them, but if you do decide to do that, definitely make sure you save that chain and that lobster claw because they are sterling. All right. So we have this. This is a nice little thing, right? Nice little thing. But what could we put with this? What could we put with this? Let's play around a little bit. We have some wooden pendants like this. This is the butterfly wooden pendant, and that's the butterfly cutout. This is the butterfly cutout in cherry, and this is the butterfly cutout in walnut. And let's see, I don't think I have it in the basswood, but let's see, what color, if we were playing around with that, what color would you like on there? I think the cherry looks good. I don't know. Kind of like the cherry. What do you all like? You like any of those, or should we try something else? I will say, we have had a simple necklace like this strung up in the store with just a very simple wooden pendant on it. We've had a number of these in the store, and many times they get sold out. People love them. People love them. Cherry looks yellow on my screen, says Suzanne. Cherry is pretty. Let's see here. Andrew says, I probably take it apart and put spacers in between, then you can have two necklaces that look like it's knotted. Yes. Susie wants a mermaid pendant. We have a mermaid pendant. You want a mermaid pendant? We could do the mermaid pendant instead. Bonnie says, I would whitewash the pendant. I can't do that today, Bonnie, but you definitely can. Andrew's done a number of tutorial videos on adding embellishments to our wooden pendants. So you can definitely check that out. Marianne likes the walnut. Susan says, I like the walnut because of some of the darker beads. Helen has joined in with us. Hello. Let's see. So looks like people are tending toward the walnut. So do we want a walnut butterfly? Do we want a walnut mermaid? Maybe we want a walnut stag or deer or triple goddess or the wolf, or maybe a walnut bee. These are all wooden pendants available in our online store. We make these. Andrew draws them out on paper, then they're digitized and converted, and then we use them in our laser. So here's what we've got going so far. Oh, there goes something. The bee. There goes the bee. All right. So let's see. Bonnie's saying butterfly. Andrew says, let it percolate. Let's pull out the next strand. Oh boy. Okay. Andrew's jumping on it here. I don't want to have too many things going at the same time. I'm going to have like lists upon lists of paper going. Let's see here. Andrew says, pull out the next strand. All right. Next strand I have is this beautiful moonstone. This is a beautiful moonstone. It's a fumed moonstone. It has a fume coating, which gives it an extra little silvery bit of color to it. And this moonstone is kind of really nice. The moonstone is, oh no, where's my box? I lost the one box that has the, there it is. No, that's not it. What happened to you? Oh, I set them over here thinking I didn't need them. I do need you. I'm running out of room, everybody. I'm running out of room. This is S1185. S1185. In the online store if you want the moonstone. Andrew says, I like the scale of the moonstone with the mermaid. Susie recommends the goddess with the moonstone. Sandra says that moonstone is gorgeous. I couldn't believe how beautiful it was. I know, right? Okay, so let's see. Andrew says likes the scale of the moonstone with the mermaid. So let's try the mermaid. And let's move these over. Let's maybe do, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of the triple goddess over there. Maybe we'll do that. Let's leave these out as options. All right. Suzanne says moonstone with the mermaid. So I like this. That's looking pretty good so far, right? That's looking pretty good. Maybe with some natural linen. I don't have natural linen. I have no natural linen. Let's see. But let's see. What else do we have here? Maybe we have some. What do you think about these beautiful ancient quartz pendants? Maybe they could go like somewhere like that. Maybe. Those are from Nepal, and those. Let me see if. No, of course not. So do I have these in the online store? Yes, these are Nepalese ancient quartz charms. Nepalese ancient quartz charms listed that way in the online store. I'm not going to write all this down. I'm just going to tell you as we go. I think that's the easier way. I was going to write everything down. But that's going to get messy if we're dealing with multiple things. Andrew says maybe off the tail. You want to do these down here is what you're saying? Off like that? So the mermaid has enough weight. Andrew says the ancient quartz was excavated in West Africa. So these are nice. I love these. Marianne says the quartz does add to them. Teresa likes the quartz. Bonnie loves those ancient quartz. Andrew says, Anne does a lovely job of knitting waxed linen. Yes, yes. That was interesting off the moonstone. So Sandra says, put them back up here off the moonstone, maybe. Let's see. Let's play around. Okay. So I'm going to put some other things out here, and we are going to, you're going to tell me which ones you want to add what to. How about that? That's maybe an easier way to do it. How about we look at some tourmaline? Maybe some tourmaline. We have this beautiful, these tourmaline rondelles in beautiful colors. So I'm going to use this. These are available in the online store as well. Let me see if I can get you the number of the tourmaline. It's here somewhere. S1177. S1177 is the tourmaline. And maybe, let's see. Do we want silver or gold with the tourmaline? What do we want? Silver or gold color? I kind of like these cicadas. That's Andrew says, maybe with a Nina pendant. It's on my wavelength here. I really, really like these Nina cicadas. These are a gold color, but they're a bronze cicada. And these are, let me see if that's going to come up. I think we used the right SKUs for that. Yes. If you type in VNS 7053, that's the cicada SKU. If I can get it out of the bag. There we go. Andrew says, we've been selling Nina charms since we started the store. Yeah, and I think Andrew even used them in his jewelry before that. But look at this bronze cicada charm. Isn't that cool? I think that would be really cool right here, like this. What do y'all think? You like that one? You like that? So we have some starts going on here, and I don't know. What would it be like if these, have you seen these Indonesian tiny skulls? Let me see if I can get more light. More light, I think, is needed here. Let's get more light. I think that's giving us a little bit more light. Sandra says, but they're so loud and obnoxious. I love them. I love cicadas. Suzanne likes it. These Indonesian tiny skulls. What if you were to put these tiny skulls, maybe a few of these? Would that make any sense? I don't know if it makes sense with a cicada or not, but maybe do these. You'd string those in amongst there like that. I don't know. Let's play around a little bit. What else do we have? Here, let me show you some of the beads we have here. We have these. I think these are a little bit big. They maybe could fit in. You maybe could do that, but I think with this going on down here, that's not quite the right look. It's not quite the right look. What else do we have? I think, was it Marianne was talking about doing some lapis? I can't remember. Somebody mentioned maybe some lapis beads. We have these Nepalese lapis. Maybe they could go in line somewhere. Have a few of those in there. And let me see if what are those in the system? If you like those lapis beads, if you type in Nepal, you're going to see a lot of this stuff because I pulled this from there. So the Nepal lapis bead comes up right away if you type in Nepal. So if you just type in Nepal, you'll see these. And these are beautiful beads. And maybe in there somewhere like that. Sandra says, that is interesting. I'm not a skull person. You don't have to use the skulls, right? But the Indonesian skulls, if you type in skull into the online store, you should see those too. Actually, I think 3048. If you type in 3048, that is the tiny skull. And that's for the silver version. I don't know why I'm not seeing. Let's just type in tiny skull. Oh, we only have the silver version in the online store. So if you want the little gold version, you can also request that from us. Just send us an email. Email's right up here. Andrew says, yes, I used to set up near them at shows. I used to hang out. This is with Nina Designs. Used to hang out after the shows with Claire Walker, who used to work for them. Nice. Vanessa says, I have those lapis beads. They are beautiful. Andrew says, Nina is an inspirational businesswoman. To be a fly on the wall in her office, right? So what are you all thinking of some of these things? Do you like any of this? You like what's going on here? What do you want to do? What else do you want to do? What other kinds of things would we do here? Maybe these smaller ones. Maybe some of these. These are African. Maybe some of these African beads would be nice. Playing around with the moonstone in here. And there's maybe lapis in between the aqua and the moon pendant. So you want to do it. Andrew's set on making these. Maybe we'll put another lapis one. Do I have another one? Where are they? They are over here. Maybe we'll put another one just to make this the Trinity here too, right? Triple goddess moon, triple lapis beads. Sandra says, I just feel like dead things hanging off jewelry. Maybe that's not contagious, but that's what my brain sees. I don't know. That's funny though. That's funny. Marion says, I have those lapis beads too, as well as some others. Nice. Carlos says, little skulls make me think of Beetlejuice. They do, right? They absolutely do. We have them in the silver color too. So you can get those there. And what else can we do? What else do I don't have the whole store here, y'all. So I'm just trying to work with some things that we've got. But I think the strand on the left is very interesting, says Sandra. This one here. Yeah, so those are the lapis Nepal beads. So if you type in Nepal or Nepal lapis, you'll see those. This is the triple goddess moon bead. And then this is the moss aquamarine. It could be very simple like that. All right, so let's look at some other strands. We played around with those a little bit. Let's move and do something else and play around a little bit. Now you're starting to see some of the beads we have available to us. Let me leave some of these out actually, so you can see them. And as we move along, you'll know what you have to choose from, right? An idea of what we have to choose from here. Sandra says, are the wooden pendants stained? No, no. So our wooden pendants, the way this wood comes is it is a veneer, a hardwood veneer on top and a plywood in between. So right now, many of these we have in the online store in the cherry, or I'm sorry, this is the walnut. This is the cherry. Yeah, that's the cherry. And then we also have a basswood, which is, I don't think I have any right now here in the maple, but we also do supply some of these in maple. The options are on the website of which ones you can order, but mainly we have the walnut, the cherry, and the basswood. And if you want to see the other sides of these, this is Andrew's cosmic owl that he drew and we digitized and made into a pendant. This is the survivor heart. This is a big one, but it's super light. That's the nice thing about this wood is it's super light. And then this is his baby dragon hatching out of the egg. Bonnie says, I sanded and painted mine. Fun to work with those wood pieces. I think so too. And these generally run about $8 or so. Some of the bigger ones might be a little more, but generally $6 to $8 is what they run. All right. Let's see. All right. Grace says, love the owl. Aren't they cool? I love the survivor heart. One of my very favorites is the honeybee on the honeycomb. I love that one. This one's super popular. And I have it right now in the two different colors just to show you, walnut and basswood. Or maybe that's maple. I think that's basswood still. The basswood and maple are a little bit sometimes hard to tell apart. But that's a super popular one, as is the octopus. So there are those. We have the cosmic owl also in walnut. So there it is in walnut and cherry. So just show you those. We also have this little guy in the cherry and the basswood. We have the bee in the cherry as well. Just had that in the basswood. We have this eye that Andrew drew. I love this one, RESPECT. We did a quote series. And of course, you know, from the song, right? Respect. We have the flower of life. And this one is in walnut. So there are some options. Those are all available in our online store, plus many, many more if you like those. And the one thing I do like to note about these pendants, we do wholesale these also. So if you're interested in wholesale and you are a seller, then you can purchase these wholesale from us if you'd like. And you can mix and match too. You don't have to buy all of one design if you're buying wholesale. It helps us. It's easier to cut them on the laser, but you can mix and match to a point. You know, you can't just say one of each. That would drive me crazy. But you can do wholesale, and we can work with you on that. Andrew says, layer the cicada with the flower of life. All right, so we're going to play some layer game here. So Andrew's saying start with the flower of life. We're going to layer the cicada down on that. We're going to make a little layered pendant out of that. And let's see, what kind of stone do you all want to see with that? Should we go spring? Maybe go into the spring? Let's see. Kind of get green. You know I love green. I gravitate toward green. How about this peridot? How about this beautiful, let me show you this. This beautiful graduated, that's the word, not faceted, graduated peridot strand. Doesn't that look, I think that looks fantastic with that. Lorraine couldn't find the Nepalese lapis bead. Type in the search bar, Nepal. It's the very first bead that comes up if you type in Nepal, Nepal on our search. At least it is for me. Should be the first bead that comes up. All right, so we have this going on. What else do we have in here? Maybe, let's move this over here, move this over here. What about if we played maybe with this shades of green and used a connector or two? And these are Roman glass bezeled connectors. Roman glass bezeled connectors. And you could use these connectors in line, kind of cut up some of that so it's not completely green. Give it a little bit of air space there. Andrew says maybe the gold doesn't have enough contrast. Maybe there's not enough contrast. I don't know. Andrew says the Roman glass with moss aqua. Well, let me see. I don't want to use the same moss aqua that we just used. I know I have a lot of it here. So let me see if I have another strand available of moss aqua. I should. I just got to find it. I got a lot of gemstones, y'all. Ooh, look at those rubies. I'm trying not to ruin the system here. Maybe we will have to look at the same moss aqua again. I may not have brought the other bag. Thank you, whoever that was. If you're watching, we appreciate that. I just heard the sale happen. Let's see. I don't think I have. So we're gonna have to play around with the first strand of moss aqua. I think I don't have any more, or at least not that I can find real quick. So we have that moss aqua with these Roman glass. But that's a little bit blue. That's a little bit blue, I think. I need like 40 hands, y'all, to do this. I should have had Andrew here, but he's not feeling good. I should have had him here to help mix and match and pull stuff. This is at least giving me a good look at what I've got to work with. Ooh, how about this? Pull some more strands. I have two, look y'all, I have 1 box, 2 box of gemstone strands here. And I'm trying to pull more strands. How about these little moss aquas? They're not quite, this would be more like something for a bracelet. These are shorty strands. These are, I just lost the bag, S1144. Let me pop that in and make sure that works. It does. These are $38. Maybe if we were doing a bracelet, because this moss aqua is pretty blue. Maybe if we did this moss aqua, and even though they are already shaped, maybe using this as a connector in between, that goes really well with that, right? So maybe just to add some interest, you would replace some of those stones in there with some Roman glass. And we should have those connectors. If you type in Roman glass into the search bar, those, oh, the connectors are sold out. I will re-add those. Let me, see, this is another reason I should have had help today. We live and we learn, right, y'all? But I think some of y'all are going to like those connectors. So that's why I want to add them right now. There it is. And I'm just going to pop, let's see, I'm going to pop 10 of them into stock because I have them here in the store. Okay, now if you search Roman glass, those will come up as available to you. Sandra says that is a great idea to use as a connector, right? Wouldn't that be nice? And those are like the perfect color for those, at least this particular one. Just to show you, these connectors come in a variety of colors, mostly green, but sometimes you'll see a brown one or an amber one. I had a really dark brown one in here at one point. I don't know if it's still here or not. But those are beautiful Roman glass connectors, and they're available in the online store, $11 each before your sale. You get a sale, y'all, if you're just joining in. Special sale going on just for you all right now until we get the new online store going. Well, the refurbished online store going. All right, so let's take a look at those. Maybe use these as a connector here. So you have that. Let's pull some different strands. Let's see what else we've got here. What else do I have? I'm trying to find. I keep pulling green stuff, y'all. I keep pulling the green. I gotta move my mind out of the green. How about this? Ooh, these are nice. I forgot about these. How about some of this beautiful moonstone? This is beautiful moonstone. This is S1202. If you type that into the online store, S1202. You'll see these. And let me check the online store price for you. These are $65 a strand. So there you have that. And what can we put with that? Can that handle maybe one of these? Maybe down in here, or maybe as a focal to start doing something down here. Or even if you wanted something longer to work with, maybe you could do something like that. One of those two. And if anything, these are Nepal as well. I don't think these are in the online store. So if you see things you like here, you can also screenshot them and I can grab them from the physical store for you. They are not on sale, however. Bonnie says, I just made a piece with one of those round silver beads, one of these. Nice. Nice. Yeah, maybe something like that down there as a focal. I don't know. And let's see, what else? What else do we have? I don't have as much to work with. Let's find. Andrew says, Bonnie found a nice accompanying focal for the round Nepal bead. Oh yeah? I didn't get to see that, I don't think, yet. Marianne says, the connectors with the moss aqua would make a lovely bracelet. I think so too. Andrew says, I'd wire wrap them like little bells. All right. What else? I feel like I need the whole store back here because I feel like I need to open all the stash, right? And do you ever feel like that? I bet you all do. I bet you all do. very often. I have some bone beads too. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't think that's quite right, but I think those are nice. I wonder what I can use the bone beads with. What would be nice? Let's see. Let's look around. I don't know why. Maybe these would be nice. Suzanne says, give me all the bone beads. We can make that happen, Suzanne, if you really, really want them. S1135. Let's see here. Why is this not coming up right? I like it and I don't like it when I find problems while I'm doing things, right? If you don't see them in the online store, as I said, just take a screenshot and we can do this. So we also have these beautiful Fire Sunstone S1135. These are Fire Sunstone rounds. And they have some really nice fire to them. These are AAA grade. And they're $26 in the online store. So maybe I pulled these because I think maybe the bone beads might go pretty nice with that color. I feel like maybe you could play around with that coloring in those, like maybe in between. So maybe something like those in there. So maybe a few bone beads, I don't know, in there. What do I got in here? Let's stick with this. I have 3 of those in that style. Maybe something like that in there. And what could we do as a charm or a pendant on that? What do I got? What's in this bag of goodies? How about a death head hawk moth in bronze? Death head hawk moth in bronze? Something like that. That one is VNA 4030. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Bonnie says, love those peachy rounds. Bonnie says, oh yes, beautiful. Andrew says, before we had the store, I used to have an online store and all I sold was skull beads. Suzanne says, that would keep the same vibe. I think so, right? I think so. You could play with that. And what else do I have? Can I add to that or do I not want to add to that? I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like it like that. Kind of like it like that. Now, the other thing to remember too is, as Andrew was saying, this may be too busy for that, but you can always flip our pendants over and use them as a background if you want to for something like that. So you could do that, and you could wear your necklace, you know, both ways if you want to. I kind of like it on top of that, even though it is a little bit blends in. It makes you have to look harder at what that is. Some kind of gold spacers. Well, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Pretty soon I am going to have the whole store back here, y'all. So I just brought my big tub full of Pewdies, spacers. And let's see here. How about something like those, maybe? if we were to use some of those throughout here, maybe not, maybe every 3 or so, something like that, just to get an idea what those might look like. And these pewties should also be in the online store. If you type in, I think if you have to type in spacers, pewter spacers, or just spacers. Yes, if you type in spacers, you will see all of the available pewter spacers that we have. So maybe something like that with that. Or let's see here. Do I have? I kind of like this idea. So these are these little kind of floral spacers, but all you see when you put them on is this, like this. So maybe some of these would go nicely in between here. And again, you're only going to see that edge. So these kind of mimic and maybe just doing them up in here where they'd be about the right size, and just putting a few of those maybe just toward the top where they'd be around the right size. The code for what, Teresa? Remember, some of you may be watching this video at different times or be at different points in the video, so I don't know what you're looking for. The code for spacers, for these pewty spacers, just type in spacers. That's the code. You'll see them all pop up. They're not individually numbered. I can give you the codes when I have the exact code, otherwise not. But I think just a few of these up here to bring this up into this might be really nice. Sandra says, I think that might be on the back of the neck. I think it would be on the sides of the neck. I think you'd be okay, especially if you do a chain back, like this one has the chain back. I think you'd be okay. I never like to say, oh, that's just in the back, forget about it, unless it really truly is. But I think these would fall around the side. Andrew says you have to string them loosely with heishi or rondelles because it can cause them to lock up. Lock up how, Andrew? What do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. They're pretty locked in there anyway. Okay, so there's some more. There's some more ideas. And remember, everything in the online store, you have to put in the code, but if you put in new site, it's coming across the bottom here. New site, you'll save 20% off everything in the online store right now. So any of these gemstones, these are all in the online store. All of these Nina designs and the spacers and these Roman glass connectors, they're all in the online store. All the wooden pendants in the online store. You got all that. How about that? Now, we're not done yet. Let's play a little bit more. Let's play with a few more strands and see. Andrew says, if you have flat against flat, it can cause things to chip, won't bend smoothly. So you put a little bit of space in there, give it a little bit of room. But I still think that could look really nice. Let's pick these up. This is the slowest part, putting everything back. I wish I could just like it's on TV. Let's just slide this over and it automatically cleans itself up. And you don't have to worry about it, right? No, I'm making a mess. I'm gonna have a big mess to clean, but that's gonna happen on Wednesday morning, y'all. This is gonna still be here for Wednesday for me because I have to work on continue doing the website tonight and finishing that up. Let's put this little cicada baby back. There's an online sale. Thank you so much, whomever that was. We appreciate it. Let's put, oops. Andrew says, I recommend wrapping the necklace around 3 fingers and then crimping. That gives you enough space that things don't chip or grind against each other. They get a little bit of movement. Teresa says, that was me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let's see. Let's put some of these back. Let's put some of these back. Clear my space a little bit here, since we all kind of have an idea of what we got. Starting to have an idea. Don't remember what this bag was for. Let's type this in and find out. It's for the Moss Aqua. This is the Moonstone. This is the Sunstone. And somehow, somewhere, I'm missing the bag for the peridot. But let's try something else. Ooh, these are pretty. Oh, I love these. I don't know what you can do with these yet. How about this beautiful aquamarine? This beautiful aquamarine. Faceted nuggets, simple cut. Graduated. How pretty that is. What would y'all put with that? This is S1188. And these are $135. What would you put with this? I would love to see like something like this, maybe down here as a focal. I don't know, what do you think? If that were in between that as a focal. What else do we have that might go with that? Marianne says silver something. Michelle says or black. Wire wrap the eyeball pendant. Which eyeball pendant? This one? The wooden pendant? Wire wrap that and put it in? Could do that, right? Could do that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I like kind of charm necklaces. Maybe dangle some, like this is a little moth to the moon. There's a bronze moon with the sterling moth. Maybe add some charms in there. I don't know. We're just playing around. Let's see what people like. Let's see what people like. Here's a there's another little mothy kind of thing. Could dangle some of those off there maybe. Andrew says maybe, whoa, maybe a creamy pearl. Let's see if I've got what kind of pearls I might have out here. Amanda's envisioning the seahorse pendant with magenta beads. Nice. Let's see here. Maybe some, we have glass pearls. We have some Swarovski glass pearls in the online store you might like. Could do something like that. Or, of course, you know we have great freshwater pearls, y'all. Could do like these. Space some of these in. Maybe just do, maybe do like one side with some pearls or something in there, or little chunks of pearls in between here and there. We also have pearls like these, the more round. I use the little kind of, what do you call them? Peanut almost pearls here. I kind of like those in that shape. We have lots of freshwater pearls in the online store. Many more in the online store than I have here to look at. Andrew says you probably don't have them at the shop, but the great big honkin' Baroque pearls would be nice. I don't have them here, but if you were doing pearls in here, like with this, and you wanted, we have beautiful giant Baroque pearls with silver, with sterling silver caps on them in the online store. Let me see if I can find those. Yeah, if you type in Baroque, you'll see the Baroque pearls with this sterling silver. They are lovely. There are 4 of them left. They're $45 each before the sale. And you could do, they're like this big. You could do a big pendant on there with that. So you could do the pearls in here. Maybe you could do pearls on this side, or you could do something else on that side. I think it's, I think asymmetrical. I like asymmetrical, but you do it what you want. You do what you want. We do have large strands of Baroque pearls. Andrew says, makes me think of my friend Elizabeth Brim. She just wrote me a nice email. That's sweet. She is very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. So maybe something like this. Sorry, everybody, the color is getting wild here, I think. This is the true color. The true here. I gotta have that piece of wood. It keeps my color correction working. The white balancing works out better. So yeah, I think these together could be really nice with like a Baroque pearl focal. How about that? How about that, y'all? Now I also have some fun things here. I don't think these would work so much on here, but we have these fun African metal pendants. This is like some kind of fish, maybe? I know they don't quite go here. I wonder what they could go with. I wonder if I have something that they might go better with. Let's see. I really happen to like these. These are not in the online store. So if you want those, they're $2,981 and they are $6 each. They are not on sale, but maybe something multicolor. Andrew says it's a good luck fish for prosperity. Maybe something multicolor so you can play with some different. So we have these multi-moonstone strands. So maybe these multi-moonstone strands here, and we could do this fun pendant on it. Something like that. And then what kind of spacers I have. Marian says I would use black beads with the good luck fish. We have these, maybe these little flower spacers. Again, you would only see the edges, but they might be nice to pull in some of that same color from that good luck fish. Andrew's saying the Luna moth with pearls. And this is maybe the Flower of Life with the Moonstone mix. This one, instead of that, or with that, do that. Lots of options, y'all. Lots of options. By the way, the multi-moonstone is S1201. S1201, if you're into that. What else? I also have, look at these fun beads. I have these big beads. I don't know, you could use that as a pendant down here maybe. Multiple options, or use one of these ones. And the nice thing, you could dangle something extra even from there if you wanted to, right? Maybe you want to take it down even smaller, down into something like that. Could add to the end. We have these little, I don't know if that, I don't think that's going to work. These are spiny oyster, little spiny oyster pendants. Let's see, do I have black? Do I have black beads? Oh, y'all, what do I got? What do I have? I have some black beads. Let's see. Do any of them hang the right way, though? How about some black tourmaline? Andrew says, I like that matte gold. This gold, this matte gold with the aqua. Now here we have some black tourmaline. Some black tourmaline faceted coins. And Marianne was saying maybe use the black with the fish. Good luck, fish. Carla has to go. See you, Carla. Thanks for tuning in. So there you have that. And maybe if you're using that shape, let's see. I don't have the spacers I was thinking of. I don't have the spacers I was thinking of, but I think I have spacers in this color, but they're small in the online store. What are the matte large gold color beads? These ones, these are Mongolian. They are Mongolian leafy design brass, and they are 3070, but I don't think they're in the online store. Let me see. Let's type in Mongolian and find out. No. So if you want these, you have to request them. Take a screenshot of them. All right. Wow, that's been a lot of stuff, y'all. That's been a lot of stuff we've done, we've looked at. Bonnie says, how do you search on the site? Depends what you're using. If you're using your phone, just open the menu, and at the very top of the menu, there's a search bar. I don't know, Bonnie, if you were here to see the renovation on the website we're doing, but it is hard to see the search bar on the phone. If you go to a desktop computer, it's easier to search our online store. But the text color on the phone is almost exactly the same text color as the background, which is very strange. I don't know why. But if you type it in right, you'll see it all. Anders is starting to look like my desks. I know. Look, everybody. Look at this. Look at all this. Look at what I got surrounding me today. I look like Andrew's desk. So there you go. I think that's all I'm going to do today. You all feel good with that? You all feel good about that? I did want to show you more charms and stuff, though. I wanted to show you more charms. Like, we have such nice little charms. Let me just show you a few before we go. And these could be little dangles on necklaces or bracelets. Andrew says desks. Desks. Plural. He's even taken over my desks. But look at this. Look at this little dragonfly charm. This is VNA 4005. VNA 4005. It's a bronze dragonfly. Super dainty, super nice. But that could be something that if you just wanted it on a little bracelet, or just as like to continue layering on something. So you could layer stuff up like that if you wanted to. Andrew says, don't think folks saw the charms for some reason. I know. I think if you all saw all the charms we have, and our pictures in the online store aren't perfect. It's very hard, y'all. It's hard to get pictures of these, but I can't show you now because it's being buried. But I got out the big camera today, and I mean the big camera, to take pictures of some of these charms. So you may have seen those on our Facebook page. I'm going to try and get better pictures of these charms here because I think they deserve it. And I want to actually get better photos of these. And I think what happens is I say that all the time, and we take pictures of them again, and we post them. And then in about a year from now, if we still have them, we're like, oh, technology's changed. We can get better photos. So we take photos of them again. Michelle says dragonfly earrings. Definitely. Any of these could be used for earrings. This is lovely. It's a little seeing eye inside of a star. Aren't those beautiful? VNA 4177. And I think these are, I want to say $12. You just type it in. $14.40. Some of them are weird because they are priced by, excuse me, by the actual metal. So $14.40 per charm, but you get 20% off if you use that discount code that you all only know about right now. Scrolling along the bottom of the screen, I'm not going to release that discount code to the grand public until I post the new updated website. And that will probably be hopefully tomorrow morning if I get enough work done on it. If I don't get enough work done on it, it'll be another day. But I will send out an email and a text message about the discount code, the special website sale after that. But y'all get first dibs right now. How about this little beautiful charm? This little partridge in a tree. Suzanne says, can it be used more than once? Yes, I have set up the code that you can use the code as many times as you all want. Sometimes we limit it to one time per customer, but that's rare. Most of the time we allow the codes to be used often. That little bird is VNA 751. Can you bring the silver cushion when you come home? What silver cushion? What are you talking about, Andrew? Silver cushion? All right. Sorry, everybody. It takes a while. These are all in individual bags within other bags. Oh, that's in the garage, Andrew. They're in the garage, I think. These little tree pendants in bronze. This is VNA 1401. VNA 1401. These are really nice too. And these are VNA 1401. Oh, I put it in the wrong search book. Well, that's not in the online store under that. So, wonder why. There they are. It's called the Textured Tree of Life Charm in bronze. Textured Tree of Life Charm in bronze. And they are $13 each. All right, y'all. Maybe I'll do another charm show because I'm not really set up today to do more of these at the moment. It's just getting to be a little bit wild in here. But please, all you have to do, go to the charm collection, go to the shop tab, and go to charms. And look, take a nice long look. There are sterling charms, there are bronze charms, tons and tons of charms in our online store, and 7 pages, as a matter of fact, of all different kinds of charms. That's another thing. I also brought these out because I wasn't sure how many charms or what we were going to get into making, but we also have these vintage ruler charms. And do I still have... Well, I have a bunch of those. Oh, there it is. I have one Mahjong charm. So those are fun. That's in the charm collection as well. And what else? Do I have any other charms here in the charm collection? I don't know if you saw these pendants by Andrew. These are polymer clay that Andrew worked on. So we have that one. There's one of our favorite sayings, the rising tide raises all boats. We have the skull with the laurels around it. And I don't know, oops, what just happened? There it is. Andrew says, wow, I did a good job, right? We also have this feather. And I don't know if these are in the online store or not. They're supposed to be, but I don't see SKUs for them. Let me just take a quick look, y'all. If they're not in the online store, you can request them. Oh, Lena says they are. Good. She found them before me. I'm working with too many things. Andrew said, I haven't made these for a while. No, he has not. No, he has not. I'm trying to find the easiest way that you can find these. There they are. Just type in Andrew Thornton Polymer, y'all. Andrew Thornton Polymer. And they're all in the online store. So that means you can save 20%. They're $10 each only. $10 each. Compare that to some prices that people will charge for polymer pendants this size. $10 less 20%, $8. Good deal. Good deal, y'all. All right. So that's that. Andrew says, do people like the mix and match game? I think it's a fun way to see things in a different way. Yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think, everybody? Did you like this today? Did you like this kind of... I know it was a little... probably mix and match because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what we were going to do or how it was quite going to work. So let me know if you like this or not. Lennis was having a look at the site in alphabetical order and saw a lot of new things that way. That's a good way to do it, right? That's an awesome way to do it. Sometimes I do that. I sort things in different ways so that I can refresh my memory, especially before we do these shows, to think, wonder what I should take a look at today. So whenever you look at our store, you can search it in various ways. When you pull up a collection, for example, so let's just say we're going to pull up charms. You can sort the charms by best selling, alphabetical, reverse alphabetical, price low to high, price high to low, date that it was added to the store, either oldest first or newest first. All right. And I just want to tell you too, these are also in the online store. These are minis, everybody. These were a limited thing that we made. These are great for earrings. They're a great size for earrings. Just to give you an example, let me see. I have the wolf somewhere where I did. What else do I have here? I have the deer. Why can't I find any of my pendants? They're over here, that's why. So here's the deer in a regular size, and here's the deer in a mini. So if you want things that are sized great for earrings, we did a limited run of these mini pendants. So if you type in mini, I think in the online store, I think those will come up. I think we called them mini. Yes, they do. Mini wooden pendant. And they will come up for you. They are only $4 each for the minis, whereas these bigger ones are $8 each. Oops, as I throw them across the floor. Thank you, whoever that was, for the online order. We appreciate it very, very much. Andrew says I was going to turn these into earring to match with the pendants. Yeah, we actually, in my little bag here, we actually had some that we did as a demo turned into earrings. Really, really cute. And remember, you can embellish these with colors and various surface treatments as well. And if you check out our YouTube page or YouTube channel, there are various videos that Andrew's done on surface treatments. So there you have it. I hope you liked it today. Hope that was fun for you all. Let me flip this camera around and say a quick goodbye. Hello. Let me raise it up. Raise it up, everybody. Raise that tide. Hello again. So if you like this and you might want to do more of this kind of video, I think it's a good change of pace. It does take a little bit of room and a little bit of setup. I would have liked to be a little bit better set up than I was today, so I apologize for a little bit of craziness, but I think it gets like that when you're creating, right? I think everybody explodes a little bit and searches and roots around for things. So I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary for anyone creating. But if you like this video and you like to see more of these videos, maybe we'll do more this way. I think it's a fun way to see things in a different light, in a different way, as Andrew said. So please do have a look through the website. The new website, I'm hoping, the revamped website should debut, I hope, by tomorrow morning. I'm going to work hard on it, I think, tonight. Make sure everything works right. I'm going to send through some kind of practice orders like you saw on my order page. Those are from when I do practice runs, and see how all that works out. So hopefully you'll get an email by morning. I might send it out tonight, depending on when I get things done, that the new website is up. But use that discount code that's going through here, new site, I think I called it. I lost my paper. I think it's new site. Yeah, there it is. New site to save 20% off everything. Lena says, should we wait to order? No, there is not going to be anything new on the website. It's just going to be a new look and a new way to do it. So use that discount code now. That's why I'm telling you, our favorite people, right, who always watch us. I can't choose favorites, right? But you're actually, yes, I can. So our people who always watch us, I'm giving you this. I'm not letting we're not posting it on Facebook. We're not posting it on Instagram. We're not posting it anywhere else until the new website is released. So don't wait to order. Get your order in so that before it goes to the general public, so that you get first dibs. Because remember, we have a small inventory of each item. We buy in very limited quantities. So I think that, like this aquamarine, if you really like that, I think there are only 2 strands of that available. So if you wanted that, grab it now with the 20% off and get it. before we release this to the general public, when there are going to be more eyes on the website going through it with that discount code. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Andrew says, I have favorites. Right. So that's it from me. Thank you all so very much. Stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up, y'all. A lot of stuff happening. Remember, put it in the comments of this video if you like this video and you want to see more like this one. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing the sell videos because you seem to all like those. But I think this was kind of fun. I think it was kind of fun. Deborah says, I love seeing the pieces live. It makes all the difference. By the way, I purchased one of your spiny oyster pendants and it's beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like it. I love those spiny oyster pendants. They look so good. They look so good. Andrew says, favorites, even with our cats. Gilbert is ranking higher at the moment because he's sitting with you right now, hanging out with you. Barnaby's probably waiting at the door. He's like, the light is leaving. White Daddy is not home yet to let me out. And it's going to get dark soon. So I better go home and let that little boy out for a little bit. So thank you all for tuning in and have a wonderful, wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. And we'll see you back here. Andrew will be back here if he's feeling good enough tomorrow with a tutorial of some sort or maybe more showing of what he's working on with his paintings, depending on what happens. Otherwise, I will see you back here Wednesday. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. Bye now.